Hi, I'm Scott Emmett, and welcome to Scott Emmett StudyClub.com. And I'm glad to welcome you. I'm glad to have you here on this video with me. And what would you rate your day today as a lab owner, as a business owner? Technician, business or laboratory manager, and I'm talking about dental labs right now, but what would you rate your day? And just an example, I'm going to tell you about my day a bit. I would have rated my day a 4. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Why is everything a 4? And here's the deal. I found out in a weird kind of way that one of my best accounts is sending a portion, a part of his work to another lab here in my little town. And I've been doing his work for 20 years. I couldn't believe it. I think it might have been something to do with an assistant, and I don't know. My day was pretty bad. And then now, if you ask me, I'll rate my day a 10 because I had a new dentist who is just moving in, who just found out about my lab, and from a good friend of his here in town, and he wanted to come and meet me and see the lab and get to know us and see what kind of work we do. He already is convinced he's going to be sending to us, and the price didn't matter because we were so highly recommended. So that is so cool. And I walked out of here going, man, I just traded a higher priced guy for that lower priced guy who quit me. And he isn't all the way quit. In fact, I'll get him back. But that makes my day a 10. And so I keep a journal of that, and I would recommend that you do that. Keep a journal and say, I rate this day an 8, and then say out there to the side of it, why? Why did you rate it an 8? And then it'll start to make sense to you after a while. You'll go, wow, I rated that day a 2, and this is why. And then I rated these days 10s, and this is why. And this is a little bit of coaching and a little bit of where we can take our labs. So the question really becomes, how do we make every day a 10? And, what are we missing out on? And when I coach somebody, they'll call me and say, Scott, I need some help. And I'll say, what are you looking at? What do you need? What can I do for you? And they say, almost always, how do I get new accounts? How do I get a new client? What do I do about that? And I'm just going to flip this phone around really quick so you can read what's a board behind me. Here we go around, and here's some crazy things. Not enough money, employee trouble, poor culture, communication. You can read all that yourself. Well, these are some answers that we have, and marketing is one of the top ones, but this is all entailed in marketing. Communication, website, thank yous, treats, personal visits, news, webinars, a newsletter, a phone call, gifts, get educated with your good accounts. That's what is really, really important. And there's a way to put all that together and do what you want to do. So what we want to do is get new accounts. And my very first thing I always say is, why do we need new accounts? Let's talk about what happened to our old accounts. Why do we need a new account? What are we looking for? Let's find out how to keep our old accounts. That's client retention. And in client retention, that's where a study club shines. And what would you learn at this study club? Why be involved in a study club? Well, a study club like this has never been done. It's lab owners across the nation and some business owners that will be involved with this too, because it's pretty high level, but lab owners across the nation, and we're all smarter than one of us. And we'll have input from a lot of labs. I'll have experts in certain fields teach a study club now and then, and we will all get together and all learn way faster and better from each other than we would ever learn in any other setting. And if we would learn something from a major speaker, we'll have him on. We'll bring him here, and or put him on our Zoom meetings, and we'll talk about what his specialty is, and we'll learn it together. I get presented once in a while with, I'd be fine, but I just can't find any employees. And my lab would be doing great, but I just can't seem to make any money. Every time I think I'm getting ahead, something breaks, a compressor goes out, I have taxes come up, I wasn't planning on it. There are things that I get, stories from dental labs all of the time, and sometimes it's almost overwhelming, and they're like, I don't know, I want to quit. And I'm like, you know what, stay the course, let me help you with that. And they're like, I don't think you can. And I just say, you know what, I'll give you a half an hour of free coaching and lift your spirits and get you back up to where I can show you how to make this profitable. I can show you how to make this fun and to make the marketing fit your laboratory. This is fun. It's what it's all about in dentistry. And we make dentistry better. We find dentists who are good at what they do, and they want a good lab with them. They're willing to pay for it. They pay on time, and they respect and enjoy good lab work. They respect a good technician. And those are the accounts that we are looking for. They're the ones that we market for. They're the ones that we focus on. And now think, what would a few of those do for your laboratory? And so Scott Emmett with Scott Emmett dental studyclub.com, and I think that we together are going to make a huge difference in dentistry in 2023. So let's do it together, and just probably punch that sign up deal down below, and let's get to know each other.